Hey guys, welcome back to TigeraGitana. My name is Abby and today we are going to do another edition of Dollar Tree spells just because we're continuing the series and I wanted to show you how to do this spell because I've been doing so much protection work as of late that it's just been a lot. Like, I've literally done so much protection work this year alone, like it's kind of insane. So I just wanted to show you another way that you can do a protection spell using Dollar Tree items. So with this time around we're gonna do a mirror reversal return to sender spell using one of these guys which I got from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm going to be using and then we're going to get started on this spell. Now you guys had a lot of questions before because I was reading some other comments as far as like what time of the week you should be doing these spells in, etc, etc, etc. I didn't specify that in the last video because I kind of like to think that people would want to do whatever spell at whatever time they're getting called to do it. If you practice root work or hoodoo, you want to follow the planetary hours, obviously. So Saturdays would be one of the best times to do this work, especially if we're working with Saturn energy, as he is the planet of karma. And so he's big on protection, specifically protection work. So if you want to work with those times at those times, if you do not want to, that's totally fine. You can do so wherever time that you wish to. Like, let's say you're doing a protection spell work, but it's for love or something, you might want to do it on Friday because of the day of Venus. So it just depends on whatever work it is that you're trying to do specifically. I try to leave, like, when I do spells on here, a little bit open so you guys can kind of adjust to what it is that you need to do. But if you want me to get specific with it, we're gonna get specific with it. So this spell should be done on a Saturday. I know I'm doing it on a Friday, but that's totally fine. I just feel compelled to do it on a Friday. Also, right now the moon is in Virgo, so it's actually a really good time to do a lot of like different types of healing work, and doing this work specifically on this day for who I'm doing it for is why I'm doing it at this time. So I'm not doing it how do I put it, to be super strict with the timeline, just because the moon is in Virgo, so I'm trying to make sure this person gets a certain amount of healing, which is why I'm doing a return to sender, because I'm trying to remove a toxicity to then put in place healing, and to calm down the situation a little bit. So this is why I'm exactly doing the spell on this moon before Saturday on the day of Venus, even though Saturday is literally tomorrow, so you guys can do the spell whenever you want to. So anyway, follow the beat of your own drum. You'll definitely pick whenever you feel like you need to do the spell. I personally will be doing it today, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing this spell. So, where do I even begin with this? Okay, so you're going to need, obviously, one of the Dollar Tree mirrors. They have them in different shapes. I'm going to be using the square one. It's not really a big deal which shape you get, because I've gotten them in different shapes. The square one is fine. Covers all corners. It's all fine and dandy. You're gonna also need, let me just start going through the list. You're gonna need one of the 5 hours, it brings 6 pieces in there, but the emergency candles, you're gonna need one of these. I already cleansed this one. I double cleansed it, and you guys know how I double cleanse, which is 1 part sage, 1 part Florida water. If you do not have that and you want to just truly keep that into the Dollar Tree realm of things, you can take sea salt and water. Put the sea salt in the bowl of water for, I want to say, give it like maybe an hour or so, just to kind of just do its thing in there, like dissolved in the water, just so you can have like that sea water. If not, go to the ocean and get some ocean water. Same thing, you can use that to cleanse as well, which is very powerful to cleanse, as salt is a very powerful cleansing agent. You're going to need black peppercorns. And then the other 2 ingredients I put in the little thing is I'm trying to show you guys exactly how much I'm using. So there's oregano, and then there's red peppers in there. So you can get all that at the Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be using allicum in this, and these are going to be the seeds. This is really good for protection and also to kind of relax people's emotions a little bit, like try to kind of dissolve the situation. Really good for that, and you can get the seeds at the Dollar Tree. They're $1. You're gonna need a more pestle. I didn't get this at the Dollar Tree. I already had this in my house, so if you don't want to grind the herbs, you don't have to. I'm going to, for what I'm doing, I'm gonna need it, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You're gonna need some matches, pen. I also got this at the Dollar Tree. Some parchment paper. You can use whatever paper you want, but I'm just accustomed to using this as it is, and just traditional to use, so I'm just accustomed to using it. We talked about the candle. Oh yeah, you're gonna need sea salt as well. You're gonna need, oh, this is completely optional to use, but I'm actually gonna use a little bit of the protection oil that we made in the first edition of this spell, and it's been brewing up. It definitely feels the vibe of it. I've been leaving it on the window to charge with the transits in the full moon, new moons, all the things. You're gonna also need like a dropper for the oil, because we're going to be working with it a little bit. But yeah, I've just been charging it up by the window and letting it rock, do its thing. If you want, you can, if you made the oil in the last episode, then you can let that rock for a while before you use it. It's optional to use the oil, you don't have to use it, but I'm using it in this occasion. And then you're gonna need a chopstick or something like that you have in your house you can use to carve. It could be a needle or something. I usually have a chopstick on hand to carve my candles, so that's what I'm gonna use. You're also gonna need one of these handy dandy tray things from the Dollar Tree. Just make sure you cleanse it and all that stuff. It's already been cleansed and blessed and all that stuff. If you don't have a mirror, you can use this as a mirror technically, but I would recommend you actually use a mirror, because mirrors are made with crystals. So they carry their own vibration. When you set that intention to reverse, it works directly with the crystals in order to kind of amplify that energy. So even though this is very reflective, if you do not have a mirror, you cannot get it, you can afford it at the Dollar Tree, by all means you can use this, just because it is reflective material. But I definitely recommend using a mirror, because that's what the spell is. So the first part of the spell is going to be your petition paper, and you're going to write a petition. If this is for you, and again, customize the spell as to what you're doing. I'm going to say that to every spell that I do on my YouTube now, so you guys know. You don't have to follow everything directly as I am saying it. If you want to make this a reversal spell for a lover, you can. If you want to make this a reversal spell for your friends, for like your job, your manager, whatever, like whatever it is, customize that to your own what's not, okay? Like if you want somebody to take back their words or something, maybe you want to do this on Wednesday, when is the day of Mercury, and you're working with communication. Whatever, to just customize it to the way, to the day that you feel compelled to do it to. This is just a basic foundation of what you want it to look like. So you're going to write the person's name 3 times. Straight 3 times, underneath each 3 times. Okay, and then on top of that, you're going to, because you have to do this in reverse, so instead of writing it top down, you're going to do it backwards. You're going to write what you are trying to reverse, whether who or in whatever situation, whether it's a person that you're trying to return back, whether it is someone who you're doing protection against, whether it is a group of people, whatever it is, you're doing it. So I wrote down the name right here. So the name, right now it's right here, but I turned the paper over, and then I'm going to be writing it 1, 2, 3. So you're writing it up, not down, but up. Got it? Okay. So you can also write to like my like against my enemy, or like if you want to just keep it in broad terms, like evil entities, low vibrational spirits, whatever, like you can also do that as well. So as always, you want to focus on your intention while you do this. Is really important. Also, just so you guys know, I am going to be using the tray in this. I know I said it was optional, but the only reason why is because this is a little bit smaller. So with the candle, it's going to kind of, the wax is probably going to like lean over. So I'm just going to have this as that lift to protect. So it's optional to use both, but I'm going to be using both. However, in between, I'm going to put the petition paper underneath. So it's going to go in like that. So it's gonna look like this, and the paper is gonna be in there. Okay. So you want to put that in the middle, and then you want to grab your candle. Now with your candle, you want to make sure that the wick is pointed away from you, because this would be to bring in, this is to release. So since we're returning to sender, you want to make sure you're like writing outward. Got it? Okay. So on the wick, you want to, I like to use words of power. You can also use the person's name, birthday, if you want to get a little bit specific as to who specifically we're talking about. But if this is like for your enemies, you want to write for your enemies and write words of power that you're trying to like use to then reflect that back to them. This is also based on whatever situation that you have, so just use your best discernment as to how you want to proceed with what you're writing, because I'm not going to tell you, hey, write this down. Write what you need to write down based on the situation. Cool. Okay. Okay. So I like to make sure I go all the way around the candle, like until, like I keep writing up until the candle's kind of covered in words, just to kind of be as thorough as I can possibly can. I just, you know, my Gemini moon, I need to just add as many words, as many scenarios, as many things that need to be added, so the message is like crystal clear, basically. So in your mortar and pestle, you are going to add oregano and the red pepper. In there. You're going to add black peppercorns in there. And I love that they sell this in like the big size. They sell it in both sizes, but they sell it in the big size. I'm going to add about that much. Let's see if you can see it. I'm going to add about that much. Ooh, one fell, but it's basically looking like this. If you can see it. And then you're just gonna mash with intention. I like to swirl it around and then like pound it 3 times. Just because that's how I traditionally do it. If you have your own technique, by all means follow it. That's just how I've done it like all my life. I love it when the pepper breaks and you just smell it. It's just so good. And while you do this, you can then activate the herbs as always. So you can ask these herbs to be used for the purpose that you're using it for. This thing fell. So you can activate the herbs to be used for the purpose that you're using it for. So because this is a spell for a specific person, I'm not going to say it out loud. But as always, you can tell the herbs that you would like for it to be used for protection, that you would like, whether it's a person or for whatever situation that you're going through. But I'm going to add these. Whatever situation that you're going through, you want to make sure that you're just saying what it is you want. You're going to add the whole package, by the way. Just trying to get them all in a quarter. What it is that you want the herb to do for you. I'm going to add it in there. Let's see if there's anything else in there. Nope, we're good. Okay, and then I'm going to continue to mix. You want to add those last just because they're a little bit smaller, so you want to make sure the other pieces are a little bit more like grinded out before you add those in there. Let me just move this before it falls. So this is when your intention really matters, especially if you're not going to use the oil for this. You just want to make sure that the herbs are like activated and empowered to do what it is that you want them to do. So for this case, we want it to go back. Any negativity to go back. Any like evil eye energy to go back. Any person who's wished you ill will, all of these things, you would like that to go back to whoever sent that to you. So definitely focus on your intention as you do this. So right now, that's how it looks. It smells amazing. So for this part, I'm just gonna open this. Hold on. So we're gonna add to this sea salt around it, and you're gonna go counterclockwise for this. The reason why we're adding sea salt is because, like I said before, and I told you if you don't have fluoridated water to cleanse with sea salt and water, it's the same reason. You want to kind of make a circle of sea salt around it, because you don't want to kind of spill anything anywhere. You don't want the intention to go anywhere else other than where it's at. And you want yourself to be protected during this as well. But while you're doing this work, you can ask on your ancestors, spirit guides, everybody to help you with this. Oh, it's hot. Okay. Then what you're going to need to do, if you're not going to use the oil, you can light the bottom bit of this with the matches. Just melt it a little bit and then put it on top of the mirror, so then it doesn't move around when you're moving it. It's just like there. But if you're going to use oil, you're going to want to the way you dress the candle is going to be a little bit different. So, take the oil. Ooh. And you're basically, you're going to take a little bit. You're not going to need a lot. Literally, like a little bit. And then you're going to put it over the candle. And just go around. Okay, and then you're going to take your herbs, and then you can either put it down on the tray and then roll it, or you can put it over, whichever one you feel more comfortable with, but it's basically going to look like this. So. This blend smells so amazing. It just does. Okay, so now that you have it dressed, then you're going to do the match situation like I told you. Okay, hold on. And it fell. So you're going to take your candle, take your matchstick, take the bottom of the candle. No, don't go away. Hold on. Take another matchstick. And put it underneath. You could put it a little bit more under. And then just put it on the tray. And I'm just going to put some more oil on the top. Just so I can finish putting the herbs in there. So this is how it looks right now. So you can look at it. See it? Okay. So now that you did all of that, you can go ahead and light your candle. And then you're going to need to, hold on. So as this stays lit, you're just going to need to pray over this. Pray for protection. If you want to do a prayer for protection, do a prayer for protection. If you want to do affirmations, you can do affirmations. If you want to do like a meditation, like a evil eye meditation, you could do an evil eye meditation. If you want to call in your ancestors while it's lit, and then ask for protection from your ancestors as well, you can do that as well. It's a lot of different ways that you can kind of address it as is already being lit. You can pray over it, whatever you're gravitated towards. You can add more stuff to it if you wish to add more stuff to it, especially if it's work related. If you want to add like something that symbolizes your job in here, by all means feel free to do so. But you're just gonna let this kind of rock out to the end, and then afterwards you're going to need to pay attention to the candle wax to see how it falls on the floor, like not on the floor but on the tray. If you know how to read candle wax, do so after this, just so you know what the result is at the end of this, because when you're doing this type of work, it's important to read the candle wax so you can know how it's proceeding. Also, while you're doing this type of work, it's important to read the flame, how tall it is, how it's moving, if it's steady, is flickering, if there's noises, doing all of those things is really important. So just make sure you go into a I'm working my magic zone and you're just with your candle. You're not like leaving it alone. This is not like a 7-day candle where you could just kind of let it rock. This is one of those like, okay, I need to give it some time, fuel and intention, and let it do my thing. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Definitely check out the Patreon because I just posted the book club for the month. There's going to be a lot of hosts. Classes started already. There's going to be classes every month. So definitely check it out. The link is going to be in my bio, and I will see you guys in the next video.